What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this one, we're going to be looking at another SNK member. Got him from Bumbusbee. Well, a friend of mine got him from Bumbusbee. I'm just reviewing this, and I will give it back to him post-haste. And this guy is Goro Daimon from the Hero Team. King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Man, SNK, boy. SNK, they're coming out with these figures. JOYTOY, man, they're doing a good job with these IPs, man. SNK is nothing to play with, nothing to sleep on, excuse me. SNK has a rich history and it has a nice, healthy following. Really cool stuff, just like Street Fighter. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we can get some possible SNK figures and maybe collaborating with, or not collaborating, but in the same scaling, in the same price point, or same availability as the Storm Arena figures for Alpha or Jada. If we can do that, man, shoot, I would love it. I would love to have a Terry Bogard or Andy Bogard and all that. If they can get distributed just like Storm Arena and Jada, like that, you're talking about a happy time. Happy time for us video game fans, fighting game fans. But of course, you know I'm always going to want my Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur has been... it's been slept on for so long, man. Dang, Soul Calibur. Anyway, let's focus on SNK because this is some good stuff. The goodness of this, let alone, is enough to geek out over. All right, so Goro Daimon, judo practitioner, as you can see. Packaging is like this. He comes with some nice stuff in the packaging. It is from Bumbusbee. You can get it from there. You can get it from Calcus. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can actually get it from Bumbusbee if you want to. It's an affiliate link. It will help out the channel. I do appreciate that if you do decide to use it. But use whatever means you want to use. That's going to save you the best. Do the best for your wallet. You know, it's all up to you on that one. But we're going to take a look at this guy and have fun. Again, like I said, my friend of mine has this. I'm going to give it back to him. There's some cool artwork, figure photography. Is there a jacket in it? Oh, yeah, there's a jacket in there. Oh, that's so nice, man. A soft goods jacket. I'm going to have fun with that. All right. I don't know if this barcode does anything for you, but there you go. You can have some fun with that, I guess, maybe. And see all the different options you have. You can always translate that if you want to, but it pretty much translates to this down here, I believe, or some other stuff about this character. All right, let's open this thing up. Let's have some fun. Okay, here's Goro out of the packaging, and we will definitely get a tighter shot because you know how we do it with these JOYTOYs. You got to get in there. This is not a soft goods. It's plastic, but it's malleable, pliable, whatever. It does, you know, some parts, not the sleeve, so you can't put it in here. You can't put his arms inside. You just drape it over his shoulders, and that's pretty much it. But it looks cool that way too. You can get some nice poses. It looks really nice for that particular character. All right, now let's take a look at what we got here. We've got some judo hands because he is a judo practitioner and there are no strikes in judo. He is a grabber. He is like Zangief, grabs. Now Zangief will chop too, he'll chop and kick, but there are no punches in judo. It's all about grabs and so forth. Yep, that's right there. He will do a ground pound. I've seen some sprite work for the game, and he will do that. But there is that right there. You don't want to get caught up in any one of these hands right here. This is absolutely not something you want to. This dude looks like he can grip and hold on for days. You don't want to fool around with that. Stand here for maybe for that. No, that's not for that. Is it for this? It's not for this. This goes on his hand. What is this used for? I guess just for him, period. Just to be in the air. That's fine. All right. Of course, this here for second player, first player. However you want to work. I don't know how you want to pose this. Like, how do you have this? Post it on a wall in a display or something? Like, if you have them, you know, versus each other, you just have, I don't know what you would do, but if you have something like that, you know, let me know. I'd like to see it. And this, I might need to back up a little bit on this one. This is his ground pound thing. You put it around his feet and he just ground pounds or whatever. Or he can stand there looking like he's doing a power up just so he can grab you and throw you multiple times. Because he doesn't throw anything out. He just grabs you and throws you. multiple times. Like, I've seen some infinite combos where it's just cheap. It's all get out. Dude is just grabbing. Such a grabby dude. I can't stand overly grabby characters. But this is that powerful move. I guess he will punch you, or he just calls the power in his hand. And I was looking at some images, man, and I'm like not really understanding what this does. I was just watching some combos, and I didn't see too much of what this was. I guess it's another kind of ground pound, and then he just knocks you up, shakes your footing up to where he can grab you, I guess. But we'll play around with that. Now let's focus on Goro. Yeah, that's his face. Does he have another one? Oh, they really capitalized on the whole Japanese look where his eyes are barely open. They really capitalized on it. Let's take him out of the packaging. Oh, dude, what? Yeah, eyes barely. This is straight up anime right there. Like, dude, I can't see your pupils, but they do that on purpose. They don't shy away from that. Like, what are they doing? Like, you're seeing somebody with their eyes closed, looking like they're thinking, but it looks like they're taking a nap too at the same time. Why are you thinking with your eyes closed? But the articulation, nice. Look at that. Look at that. Big shoulders. The man's been stretching. Been doing what he's supposed to be doing. So it's fire. Now that's something I've never seen before. I've never seen anything pop off that easy. But we saw it on camera. We're going to do it again. Look at this. Big fire. Shoot. Wait a minute, Goro. I'm sorry. There we go. And pop this mug back in there. Was that it? Okay. All right, yeah, it's in there. But, dude, I apologize. It came out really easy. But it came back in easy. That's the important part. But, yeah, articulation. Back to the articulation. Be careful before it comes out. And dude, like I said, has been stretching. This is that articulation you're supposed to have with big muscles. Soft, pliable muscles so that when you need them, they will contract and give you the performance that you are looking for as you are working out or performing what he does, which is grabbing people and slamming them. Nice, big rotator. Look, up and down. Yes. Drop down. Yes. Good stuff. All right, let's get that back in there. I mean, it's in there. It's in there. It's in there. I don't know. It's in there, but whatever. All right, let's focus on these other parts. Double jointed. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, that's open. I don't like that. But whatever. Strong, sturdy arms. Good stuff. Nothing around his chest. Look like there's like a little paint speck maybe right there. I don't know what that's about. Bicep swivel, of course. Sticks out a little bit. It's okay. Torso moves nicely. Yep. Good, good. Nice ab work there. The dude's been working on his core strength. Good. I was actually doing that last night. No, the other night. Working on my core strength. One person challenged me. Can you do a plank for a minute? Yeah, I can do a plank for a minute. That's impressive. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. I don't know. Head. Oh, well. There you go. There's the neck. There it is. Cool. Okay. Hold on. I gotta check something out. Wait a minute. Let me bring somebody else out. Hold on. Sit down for a second. I'm gonna bring out one of your boys. Hold on. Because I was messing with his head, but I didn't mess with his neck. That's what it was. I didn't mess with his neck, but I did mess with his head. Okay. Just want to do that really quick. Knees, big boy. So there, his knees don't go that far. He doesn't do that much. He's not that flexible in the game. I mean, this figure is absolutely flexible. So you want him doing splits? You can have him do splits. It'll look good. Let's see. Let me do a nice look. Look. I'm not doing anything. It's just popping off easy. What's in the world, sir? Look, man. I don't like that. I'm not doing anything. Okay, it's in there. I heard a snap, pop. All right, hopefully you heard that too. There it is. It's in there. I'm not doing anything. It just popped off. Was it loose to begin with? Nobody's touched this. I took this out the packaging, out the plastic. All right. Then we have these. Lovely. Toe articulation, big toe. I mean, hold on, let me be careful. Shoot. There we go. Big toe, big toe. And yeah, okay, got that. I'm trying to pivot, but you know, I want to be careful with the pivot. Yeah. But he's got nice weathering on his gi, looking like it's kind of dirty or kind of off-whitish, you know, looking like he's not he's not a clean dude, all the way clean. He's been working out, he's been sweating. He can use another gi, a fresh one. He's been working out a little bit, fighting folks. That's all right. Okay, now we're done with that. Let's see if we can get some good poses out of this guy and see what else he can do, because he is, like I said, just a judo practitioner. And let me see, I'm gonna get both feet. Wake up both feet, and he just kind of, I'll move that out the way. He just kind of, you know. That's not what he would do, but maybe he's stretching. He's stretching. Very good stretching maneuvers. He's just getting in there, working it out. Let me get a good hand in here. There, something like that. He's stretching. There. Okay. Matter of fact, let me put this on him too. We'll do this at the end, of course, but just want to see what it looks like now. Hey. Doesn't really look like it's fitting on him for real. Like, you kind of maybe gotta look. That's the third time you came out on me. What is the deal? All right, so look, if you get this copy, let me know how yours works, because this right here is a loose joint. See, it's popped in there, but I'm just doing just a bare minimum, and it's just coming out. I don't know why that is. The bare minimum, right? So let's do the left hand. I mean, he's just looking at his hand, and then kind of like that. Maybe, does that work? It does. It looks like it works. That's on his shoulders. It does. It's just bulky. It's really bulky. That thing don't look like it'll close on him at all. Maybe it will, but okay. All right, let's get into some poses. Let's use these effects and get out of here before he, pops off his whole torso or something. Craziness. Okay, now this is actually a pose. It's a pose on the website. Let me show you what they're doing, because they cheat so much sometimes. You got to look at this. That's what you're trying to do here. That's the pose right there. Like, let me see here. Let me see if I can see that. It's not working that way. You want to pull and push and squeeze and all that, but do you really want to do all that for that pose? Is that really necessary? Do you want to do all that? You saw how his arm came out. What else could pop off? Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't like that one. So I'm going to move on to the next one. But there you have it. There's his ground pound. I'll do something else. Hold on. Let me do something else that make it look a little better. There. Now that looks a whole lot better. Also, because you see his shadow back there. Like, where'd that come from? That looks a whole lot better than the ground pound. I like that a whole lot better. Let's just go ahead and take a picture of that while that shadow is there too. Yeah, I can work with that. That is nice. Right there. That's cool. Absolutely worth it. Looks like he's actually on a fighting game stage right now too. Perfect. All right, now let's work with another one. And we will definitely call out the other two SNK members to have some fun. Well, as judo practitioners go, they don't really have that much. They just pose and look cool. And I'm just glad he's got the muscles to work it out. All right, let's try this other one. There, that looks good too. Again, the shadow is out of nowhere, coming in from the outside. I like that. So this is a perfect time to do it for this guy, because it looks really good. Yeah, Now, it's supposed to come up just a little bit higher, looking like he's about to really strike. So, yeah, we'll do it like that. But elbow should be just a tad bit higher. But, you know, this right arm. It's this right arm that was messing with us, right? I'm just kind of just do the best I can and see if it'll work. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Lily's about to hit somebody. I don't know. Somewhere, somehow. He's about to pop somebody in the face, and it's going to look really, really painful. Okay. What else we got? I think that's it, really. I'm just going to pose him again with his gi on, and that's it, man. Because, I mean, other than that, he'll just be standing there with his arms out, and dang, that's really it, man. But, I mean, if you don't have a background, of course, to have it, because he's really just using this background to be propped up on, you will use the stand that it comes with. You know, they all come with that nice, wonderful, thoughtful SNK King of Fighters stand there, which is pretty great. Other than that, yes, let us finish this thing out with... Hold on, maybe we can do something else. Yeah, I got something else. Let's try this. There, that looks good. Looks like he's meditating. He's getting his ki up, and he is like really, really trying to, you know, figure out how to maybe throw out a projectile. Maybe he's just working on his core. His energy on the inside is just really spewing, and like it's boiling on the inside. He's trying to just master it as a judo practitioner so he can throw folks. Like, you don't want to, I mean, it's like, dude, you got this, and all you want to do is ground pound and throw. I guess, man, whatever, yo. I mean, it's your energy, man. It's however you want to work it. All right, I'm going to pose him again, and then we're going to bring out all three and finish this thing out. And there we have it, all three members of the SNK group. The wave, I guess you want to say, that launched on Big Bad Toy. No, wow, I didn't mean to say that. On Bumbusbee.net. You can find them all three right there. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description so that you can get these if you choose to. But, of course, I had to put him in that, you know, weird European, you know, vain, look at me, JoJo Bizarre Adventure pose that he is inspired from with Jean-Paul Polnareff, right? But that's really cool, man. I like this. These three together. Why these three? I don't know. But I'm glad they did it. You know, you just want to get these characters out. And sometimes you can't always just do the favorites. You can't always just do Geese Howard, Andy Bogard, Terry Bogard, Joe Higashi. You got to bring some of these other folks out here too, right? So there we go. Of course, Mai should be coming, and some other folk. You know, people really like Mai. You know why. If you don't know who Mai is, yeah, take a look at her. Yeah, and when I say take a look at her, don't look too hard, all right? But this is really cool. Really nice. Thank you so much, my friend, for allowing me to review these SNK JOYTOY figures, because I had fun. Even though I had the roughest time with this guy because of his joint popping off. And he's a bigger dude, so he's not going to give you a whole lot more. He has the articulation for, you know, flexibility for splits and things, do kicks. He's a judo practitioner, so he's not going to do that much. You know, you're just going to have him basically throwing people. And I would have posed him with him in the air, in his hands or something like that, which would be kind of fun. Maybe I will do a fun pose with them just kind of looking. And I'll probably just have him just looking and him just, you know, picking on him or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think this is a cool set. Nah, I'm good. I was going to do it, but I don't want to fool with his hands anymore. I mean, it took a deal. It was an ordeal to take these things out of his pegs, and I don't want to struggle like that no more with this guy. I'm going to put you back in the package and give you back to your owner, sir. Let him fool with you. But, yeah. Really nice. Really nice. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, let's talk about this stuff. Let's have fun. I'm going to ask this question one more time. I said I was going to do that. Should a collector have, I mean, anybody who's serious about collecting, okay, if you're not serious, this is not anything that applies to you. You just get a few things every now and again. You know, hey, that's cool. That's how you collect. That's all good. But those of you who like want to dabble in various lines, dabble in waves, and collect various different characters, should you have at least one Mafex? Should you have at least one SH Figure Arts? One Mezco? Should you have at least one hot toy, at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 SNK. I'm in the SNK, but JOYTOY figures. Well, I'm trying to make this thing work, but I couldn't make it work like I really wanted it to because these things are on the vehicle. Get up. I don't care if you're posing like that. I don't care if you're leaning. We're good. There. These guys. Would you? Do you need 3, 4, 5? Huh? Just a little bit. There you go. Got your turtles, your toidles. Should you? Should you have at least more than one of these? Have a whole wave? Turtles is easy. It's easy. I'm telling you, it's an easy layup for turtles. But I digress. I think you should jump on JOYTOY if you haven't had a chance to. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Again, we'll talk about it if you want to talk about it. But, yo, I have fun, and I think you'll have fun, too, with this 1/18 scale setup, 1/18 scale figures, and some of their vehicles are nice, too. So, have fun collecting, people, because collecting is fun. Later days. Sing, sing, sing.